Well, for many people struggling with addiction, the toughest step towards recovery is that very first step, recognizing you have a problem and deciding to make a change.
Licensed addiction counselor with First Step Recovery, Mary Johansson, is here to talk about how to know if and when you need treatment. Good to see you.
Thank you. I appreciate being here today.
So I think that's one of the biggest things is many people maybe kind of go, oh, maybe I have an issue, maybe I don't. But so what's the distinction of, okay, it's time for me to get some help?
Well, one of the first things is I like to back up and say, what's social use? And so sometimes when people are having a couple here and there and it's not creating troubles, it's not having problems, it's not about that is an issue. But if they start to have issues and they have DUIs or their mate has talked to them or there's trouble at work or they get a positive drug screen at work and they still don't change their behavior, then something is changing. That the chemical, whatever substance they're picking, is becoming more and more important to them. And it's not part of their value system that was there 5 or 10 years ago. And so it just kind of helps you know that it isn't about having one or two or something like that. It's this change that's slowly starting to go about, and people are expressing concerns.
And how big of a step is it for people to finally admit to themselves and say, I think I need help? I mean, that's a huge step.
It's huge, and chances are oftentimes they're not the ones that are going to make that decision or come up with that. It's oftentimes the court system that, because the court is mandating them go for an evaluation because of the DUI, then in the evaluation, the licensed addiction counselor can say, wow, red flag, red flag, red flag. We're concerned for you. Are you willing or open to get some treatment? Or it's their mate, or it's the doctor saying, you know, you're not taking your prescriptions as prescribed. You have asked for new ones, new opioids or new sedatives, benzodiazepines, earlier for the last 3, 7, 9 months. I'm concerned what's going on here. So oftentimes it's not the individual, it's something else is creating a crisis to get them in our door.
Wow.
So what do you do then? Because I'm assuming when they first show up, they're somewhat reluctant to be there. And
Sure.
so how do you overcome that?
With this illness, it isn't about, you know, if we hurt our elbow, we go to the doctor and they can tell us what's wrong. With this illness, so often they're so protective that they don't want to make the change or they don't see the need for the change, that they're resistant, they're guarded, they're not going to talk about a lot of things. And our role is really just to, one, make them feel welcome. It's like, you know what, this is a treatable illness that anybody can get it. Anybody that starts using any substance may be at risk, and some are at bigger risk because of the genetic predisposition. So it's welcoming them, giving them a chance to tell their story, not be judgmental with them, and then just offer them options. Are you willing, are you this? Are you willing to consider this? And sometimes it's no. And sometimes if they come with their mate or their employer is kind of putting the pressure on them, sometimes they agree to it and they're still not happy, but eventually something changes. If they can stay in treatment long enough, the stuff that we see, I mean, I get goosebumps talking about it because the wreckage in their lives or the financial problems or the legal issues, and then they stay sober or clean long enough, and it's exhilarating. It's why I've stayed in the field a long time. And we have an alumni group that have been through treatment with us, and they come and share their stories with the clients, and it's like you can just see the people in the chairs listening to these people they're professionals from all walks of life say, hey, you know what, I've been there, I was doing that, that was part of my story too, but I've made changes, and this is where I'm at today, and I love being clean and sober. And so it's, you know, they help support the very work we're doing by showing like, this works. Our First Lady, Catherine Burgham's got that statewide campaign about Recovery Reinvented. She is changing the story about this is to get rid of the social stigma. This is no different than any other illness, anxiety, depression, diabetes, or anything when people are going and needing some help for something. And I'm loving that. I've been in the field over 25 years, and I just love that now we can talk about this. We don't have to be embarrassed about it. Let's just get them help.
Right. And if people do feel like they have someone who might need that help, how can they reach out to you guys?
Our number is 701-293-3384. Call us. We have nurses that can have people come in, walk in. The family members, if their person doesn't want to come see us, we'll see the family. We have a family program that's free to anybody that would just like to learn more about this. And so sometimes by the family learning, the individual eventually comes in our door.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. All right, stay with us. We're going to wrap things up right after this.